my name is Roma Devanbu. I've been an artist my whole life, but I've been living here in Davis for about 20 years. I'm really happy to be part of this art community. And I'm talking to you today because of this project which has recently been installed in the courtyard of the Pence Gallery here in Davis. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the project got started and what it's meant to me. And normally I do love to work in a wide variety of materials, but I use a lot of cut paper. And I love cut paper because of the way that it takes paint. I love how it folds so easily. I love how inexpensive it is and how you can fold and snip and cut and be surprised about what you get. But it is a very fragile material, and it needs to be put behind glass in order to protect it from the elements. And I have really, almost since I started working with paper, thought that a lot of the textures and patterns and things that I find and love about working with paper, that a lot of these patterns and textures might really lend themselves to metal. It would be, the pieces could come out from behind, out of the frames, come out from behind the glass, even go outdoors, deal with the elements, be more available for people to see, walk by, engage with, and even interact with architecture. So for all of those reasons, I have had it in the back of my mind that it would be a lot of fun to work in metal. I did want to put a little shout out here to all the great supporters that we do have in the arts here in the Davis area, because artists really need an interested public, which we have here. We really need organization, galleries like the Pence Gallery. We really need organization like the City of Davis Arts and Cultural Program, because without those things, you don't have the opportunities that let artists try new things, expand, have their work get shown and seen by people. When Natalie, quite a few years ago, mentioned to me, "Oh, gee, Roma, might you be interested in, working on a design with me?" I got very excited because that was going to be one of those opportunities. I've been thinking about metal. I've been thinking that would be a lot of fun. So Natalie and I started talking about themes, and I have used a lot of plant shapes, plant forms in a lot of my artwork for a lot of years. I did a series called Bliss Blossoms that actually, some of those pieces have hung here at the Pence, and a sort of ecstatic garden series with ink drawings of plants. So plants, and especially flower forms, and do kind of, for me, feel very optimistic, very hopeful, and they sort of represent potential, and when they bloom, sort of the fulfillment of our dreams and our hopes. So, and also there are very beautiful large murals by Anthony Padilla, and those pieces are very inspired by natural shapes, forms, and things. And then before kind of working out the designs and ideas, I did take a lot of inspiration from our wonderful UC Davis Arboretum. A lot of walks there, like several hundred photographs. And the other source for me was the really beautiful front yard gardens that, to me, feel like gifts from our Davis residents to whoever walks by. So there's so many beautiful gardens in people's front yards, and I, took a lot of inspiration from the plants, the shapes, flower forms that I found there. I didn't feel any obligation to stick to being anatomically correct, if you will, for the plants, because I gave myself permission to change things, alter things, move things around, stretch them out, whatever was needed to create the kind of flow that I wanted in the piece, and also to bring areas back and forward, or create contrasting areas of texture, or solid areas. And of course, there are always surprises when you move into a new material, or when you take on a big new project. One of them is, the constraints of the material. So had to make adjustments for, this is a pretty big piece, about 10, almost, it's close to 9 feet by 10 feet. And So there were, it had to be cut into sections, which, I didn't know much about that to begin with. It had, and also the substrata, the structure that it's attached to, pokes out a little bit at the bottom. So there was a challenge of figuring out like how to chop it into different pieces, and then you also don't know how long the project's going to take. So when Natalie and I first started talking about this project, I think that was, I looked at some old emails, and that was February of 2014. So this is like 6 years ago, like who knew? But but so much has happened since then. And actually in that time space, I also had an opportunity to do another large scale metal piece, which if I hadn't been working on this, I may not have had that opportunity. The part of a project like this is working with people that you wouldn't get a chance to work with and finding support in places that you might not have realized you would find support. So I can't talk about this without expressing a tremendous amount of gratitude, one for the Pence Gallery, of course, and the board that supported this, for the Davis City Cultural and Arts and Cultural Program, and also to Bonnie and Kit Lamb, who provided extra support because a project like this is takes a lot of resources. Also, if when you were a kid you liked secret images in the highlights magazines, there are, besides flowers and plants, a few little creatures hidden in here. So when you come by, you can see if you can find the little animals.